Felix Mendelssohn was one of the first generation of Romantic composers born between 1809 and 1813. These included Robert Schumann, Franz Liszt, Frédéric Chopin, Giuseppe Verdi, and Richard Wagner, as well as Mendelssohn. Mendelssohn was one of the true child prodigies in history. Born in Hamburg, he spent most of his childhood in Berlin. At the age of 16, in 1825, he wrote the Octet. A year later, at the age of 17, he wrote the overture to A Midsummer Night's Dream. Both of these works remain among the most popular and successful of Romantic compositions. Mendelssohn's Piano Concerto No. 1 was premiered in Munich in October of 1831, when Mendelssohn was 22. The work was inspired by his attraction to Delphine von Schauroth, daughter of a local baron, and herself an excellent pianist and a composer. In a letter to his sister Fanny, Felix mentioned that Delphine composed a passage of the concerto that makes a startling effect. Which passage that actually may have been, however, remains a mystery. At the first performance of the concerto, Mendelssohn himself played and probably improvised the solo part. Mendelssohn's concerto opens with an orchestral explosion. The music starts low in the cellos and the strings, in the bassoons and clarinets, and quickly rises chromatically in pitch until it bursts forth. But when it bursts forth, it's the piano that comes in. And the piano has a couple of aftershocks in this opening explosion of sound. The pianist plays the phrase twice in sequential pattern. That means each time it's at a different pitch level, either rises a pitch or lowers a pitch, and then halts briefly as if taking a breath. The pianist temporarily calms down and then presents its first statement of the main theme. Very vigorous theme. Tom, ta tom, ba bum bum bum. And then it takes off in youthful exuberance. The orchestra is kind of left by itself. All it can do is add a chord or an accent here and there as the pianist just drives forward. Following a rising scale passage in the piano, the orchestra finally gets to play, and it presents that main theme. The brief orchestral section is divided into three clear parts. First, that vigorous theme. Dum, ba bum, ba bum, bum, bum. The second part of this orchestral segment is a little bit more lyrical. It's actually taken from the second calmer theme. But even so, there's an underlying restlessness, an underlying change. The theme is repeated 3 times with chromatic or harmonic inflections, but it's never allowed to go into the lyrical melodic richness that it almost feels like it wants to. The third part of the orchestral segment is a cadential passage. Chords are repeated C minor to G minor, C minor to G minor to A, and is really leading into the next piano entrance. That impetuous pianist, though, jumps on right at the final cadential chord with rising and falling scales.